John, thanks very much indeed. I might be a visitor, but I've visited and campaigned on this high street here for about 30 years, so I'm delighted to be back and delighted to be here speaking on behalf of the GMB trade union, and we need to be better at reforging the alliance between the Labour Party and the Labour trade unions. I just want to say a couple of things. The first thing I want to say is that we've got a battle on our hands. But the battle we've got is not just for the short term, it's for the long term. Because the campaign we are waging today and that we will wage in the days and weeks ahead is not just a campaign about local government cuts. It's a campaign about what kind of society it is we live in. Is it a society where our public services are accountable to the boardroom or to the ballot box? Is it the kind of society where our communities are run ragged by market forces, or one where elected local councillors accountable to the people allocate according to community need? It's about whether we have strong local government or a centralised state. So the battle is a battle of ideas, but it's also a battle about what kind of politics we have as well. Because I don't accept that the debate should be about whether George Osborne is going in the right direction, is just going too far and too fast. We need to spell it out. George Osborne is going in the wrong direction. There's something else about the politics of this as well, which we need to spell out. It's about time we stopped dividing people according to nationality and started uniting them on the basis of class. Because the attacks that we face in Falkirk are not anti-Scottish, they're anti-working class. They're designed to diminish the power of working people. And we need to stand up as trade unions and the Labour Party against that. I just want to say one final thing, and that's this. We didn't campaign, and it was this Labour movement which campaigned all those years to establish a Scottish Parliament. I didn't work side by side with people like Campbell Christie to make the case for the establishment of a devolved Scottish Parliament so it could simply be a conveyor belt for Tory cuts. Quite the opposite. We established a Scottish Parliament so it could stand up against Tory policies, so it could do things differently. But we're in a situation at the moment where Nicola Sturgeon, John Swinney, Alec Neil, Michael Matheson are sitting around that cabinet table making the wrong choices and making the wrong decisions. Because, let me just say this, councils across the whole of Scotland were banking on public expenditure cuts. And many of them will tell you, after George Osborne's autumn statement, they were planning for cuts in the order of 1.5%. But what's actually happened is that John Swinney's quadrupled those cuts. So councils are facing cuts of 5%, 6%, even 7%. So we need to send the message out clearly from here today that the cuts that are facing the people of Falkirk are not cuts imposed by George Osborne, they're cuts imposed by John Swinney and the SNP. And my final message is this. There's a guy who is from a place in Lanarkshire called Shotts, called Michael McGahey, the miners' leader. Some of you may remember him. Michael used to say this. He said, if we stop running, they'll stop chasing us. Stand firm and fight. And that's what we've got to do in the weeks, in the months, in the years ahead. Remember that message from Michael McGahey. Stand firm and fight. Thank you.